Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling, the hard-hitting wrestling show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. It's the post show as we go ahead and talk about why that happened at Survivor Series. Post reactions, we're going to skim this through. Plus, we're going to talk about the farewell of The Undertaker and a special announcement that's coming up in a couple of weeks. But hey, let's go ahead and get started with the men's elimination match. Team Raw unanimously wins. And were you surprised by that, Hector?
No, I wasn't. I mean, you've seen throughout the weeks that they couldn't seem to get along, but tonight they went in unison together and they worked as a team. They put their differences aside and they got the job done. Complete shutout.
Absolutely. Look, at the end, and you could tell that still Sheamus doesn't get along with Braun Strowman. But maybe we'll have a match later on and stuff like that. And on top of that, I think that on Monday Night Raw, we may end up seeing another segment of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre exchanging some words. I'm just curious to see where that storyline leads to all the way for TLC. But Frank, what's your take on the men's elimination match?
Oh, we called it, man. I mean, it was total domination. I mean, there's, Raw didn't have much to go against. I'm sorry, SmackDown didn't have much to go against Raw. So,
But I was fascinating how Seth Rollins. I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Like he was like, "Oh, what was it that he said? For the greater good, I'll sacrifice myself," and he just let Sheamus bro kick him. I was like, no way, you got to be kidding me. And then from there, it was so terrible, man. I mean, Team SmackDown was definitely not in the same page. But I tell you what, that might be the last time we see Seth Rollins and the WWE for the remainder of this year. Keep in mind, in reality, he is expected to be a father to Becky Lynch's. They're going to have a baby and everything. The baby's due sometime in December. And like I said, congratulations to them and everything else. And we'll see if Seth Rollins comes back to be the Messiah or will he be the architect. The next match we had is the tag team match. And the Street Profits actually got it done. I know you guys were clowning on me, saying I need my milk and cookies and all, but you guys called it the Street Profits. But it was a good match, but I thought it was short. Don't you think, Hector?
Hold on.
Man,
we want
get out of here.
Smoke.
I don't think it was enough smoke for that match, man. Honestly.
It could have gone maybe a little bit longer, but I think, it was good. I mean, you seen more of the New Day kind of taunting the Street Profits, So to me, it wasn't like they were on their game. So right. I think that it was for the Street Profits. It was more for them to gain than the New Day to lose. And so, they just they did what they had to do, and they knew they had to really step up their A game to beat a team like the New Day. And they got the job done tonight. So
absolutely. As you can see the picture here. Both tag teams hugging each other out. It's one of those things that it's all about friendship. But even with friends, we tease one another and we talk smack to one another, especially when it's competition. But once the competition's over, it's nothing but mad respect. And both these tag teams, like I said, it was an epic match. I just felt it was kind of short. But hey, it is what it is. We carry on. The most comical match of the night was Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was trying to find ways to give himself a victory without doing much. and he's trying to find all these excuses. But at the end, he still got caught up with the Phil Nelson, and that was a wrap. Frank, what's your take?
Yeah, man. I mean, he got his butt handed to him. I mean, he tried everything, and it just nothing was working. The mind games actually just went against him. So at the end of the day, I mean, you're looking at it right there. They won, and that's that.
Absolutely. And the one that I got wrong, and you guys been telling me all along, was Sasha Banks. She is the boss. This is her time, and she proved it tonight. I expected Carmella to continue to harass her, but I guess it's for another night. She got it done tonight, defeating Asuka, and I mean Asuka was left by surprise on that. But Hector, you called it. It was boss time.
Yeah, she's just ever since winning that title, she had a lot to prove, because she has a bad track history after winning a title. So she had a lot to prove tonight. I wish it would have been a couple of, better technical moves in this. It was a lot of trying to roll up, get 3 counts, of which obviously we saw that how Banks won. I just wish there was a little more, technical going on in this match. But, either way, at the end of the night, she's the boss. She won. And so she represented Team SmackDown.
Absolutely. And following that match, we had the Raw versus SmackDown Women's Elimination match. And the last person standing was not only Lana. Once again, I should have stuck with my pick from the beginning. Lana's been getting all these victories out of nowhere. And I know I said it a couple of episodes ago that imagine Lana being the last woman standing. But yeah, as soon as I knew that Bayley was the captain of SmackDown, I was like, nah, this is for SmackDown all the way. And this turned out to be the signature move, or actually the exclamation mark of Raw winning and dominating SmackDown for 2020. And Lana was left by herself with Nia Jax and Bianca Belair, double count out, and she was the result for Raw winning everything.
Sometimes it pays off to listen to what you're told to do, and when you do, you get rewarded.
But Lana was wrestling very well. I thought her in-ring performance was swell against Liv Morgan. I thought that there was more from Lana, and for them to treat her that way, to make her stay at the steps, I was like, man, what a disrespect, man. I mean, of course they were gonna bully her and stuff like that, but at the end, it came out to be good for her. So, I think that something terrific is gonna happen for WrestleMania for her. So, but hey, moving right along again, Lana there, as you can see her celebrating, and Bianca Belair and Nia Jax just look confused. Like I said, you guys can check it out at hhwshow.com. Click on the link and you can see all the pictures and stuff. But the main event was not only Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. I mean, this match lived to its hype. Don't you think, Hector?
Yeah, I think it kind of was slow in the beginning, but then they picked up, and and you've seen both guys getting the upper hand at times, and it just didn't go well for McIntyre at the end, with the referee being knocked out. So it just wasn't in his favor at the end.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I don't know how many times that he gets a spear, but anybody else, you give him a spear and Roman Reigns gets a win, and you could see that Roman Reigns received that Claymore. If it wasn't for the referee being knocked out, maybe we would have had Drew McIntyre win, and that's a difference maker. Yeah, okay, maybe Drew McIntyre is, bigger and better and stuff like that, but so is Roman Reigns. He's a different person, and if he can knock out Braun Strowman and The Fiend, then you got to give him his props, man. Like, give him a couple of Claymores here and there, and then see what happens. So I thought that was an unfair advantage, especially when they both reunited once again. But overall, I mean, the match was pretty much, nobody stole the show. The main event was the show, and big props to Roman Reigns. Frank, what's your take?
No, yeah, I mean, we said it all along. Roman Reigns was going to take this match. I mean, it was a good match. Did it wow me? No. but overall, it was a good match. I mean,
Didn't wow you. It wowed me.
It didn't really wow me. I mean, I
Ah.
enjoyed the match, but I don't think it was a great match.
Man, you know what? I don't know about you, man. You suspect, Frank.
Very much so.
Oh, but hey, uh, overall, Raw wins SmackDown, something that they couldn't do last year. Uh, what's gonna happen in the future now? You know, where are we gonna be at with Roman Reigns? Will Roman Reigns match up with Daniel Bryan, or will there be another superstar to challenge him? On the other side, Drew McIntyre, who's he's gonna have beef with now? So there's some questionable matches in the future. We're just gonna have to wait and see. You know, the next pay-per-view is TLC. However, we're not gonna cover it. Today was supposed to be our last day, but hey, we have a special announcement. And it's gonna take place December 1st, 2020. That's right, as you can read there. Leo Rush will appear on our show. That's right, he will appear at the HSW Show podcast December 1st at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are excited to have him here, and I invite you all to join us. And especially if you got questions and answers that you want from Leo Rush, by all means, everything strictly about wrestling and music. We, like I said, I mean, I it was my bad that I didn't check my email ahead of time. You know what I mean? But we got it done. I think he was a two-time cruiserweight champion. Am I right, Hector?
I believe so. Yes, he was.
But and of course, Frank wants to give me a comment on the side. He's still upset because me and him don't see eye to eye in the main event. But lastly but shortly, The Undertaker. Now, I was expecting something big, you know, like have him have a farewell. Maybe The Fiend come out and just make him disappear like he did with John Cena. But it didn't happen. They called all these superstars in the ring, and then Kane comes out with full gear, and then there was a commercial break. Vince McMahon's in the middle, and that was that. I mean, I'm confused. Hector, help me. Hector, help me.
I'm kind of confused too. It was a long drug out, scenario. We wanted to see something as fans, to happen. But, I think at the end of the night, it was all about him and, let him ride out into the sunset the way he wanted to, coming in 30 years ago, he wanted to let the Undertaker rest in peace. So, in a way, I think it's kind of good that nobody kind of interrupted it, even though we want to see that kind of thing. But I thought it was it. We're not going to see the Undertaker anymore until the Hall of Fame.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a pay-per-view event. Why not? Add more resume to The Fiend. I mean, if it's not The Fiend, it could have been anybody else. But I just felt like it's a disappointment the way the Undertaker left the business. I don't think that's one that he was looking for. But I can also understand he is of age. He's been through a lot of injuries, and the body tells you when the time is done. And I know he is done. And if you've seen the documentary, which is the six series, right?
Yeah.
Or 6 episodes of him, and he's done a lot for the business, absolutely, and he never says no, and that's the ultimate sacrifice he has done for the company, and he is the GOAT of WWE. Do you agree, Frank?
Yes, he is. He is. I mean, he's done. You name it, he's done it.
We talk about the Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, John Cena. These guys are the face of the business, but nothing beats The Undertaker. And like my brother told me, he was like, if you ever was on a live show and you see The Undertaker with that bell, you feel it. People talk about it in the WWE, outside of WWE, even people that don't know wrestling, they still know who The Undertaker is. So, but hey, happy retirement to The Undertaker. I think that he still is going to do something for the WWE, maybe be a coach or something at the Performance Center. There's still talks about that. I know him and Triple H been talking about it. I think we'll find out more in the podcast. I know he's supposed to be on the Stone Cold podcast, so I can't wait to hear what he has to say on his second part because they have another reunion. But hey, TLC is coming up. But don't forget to check out Leo Rush. He'll be live here and HHW Show podcast, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, December 1st. Mark it on your calendar. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You catch all the news. Also, CloverCrestMedia.com. We also host a show, All Four Downs, for college football and XFL. And there's plenty of more podcasts to go when it comes to Clovercrest Media. So believe me, check it out. So on behalf of Hector, Frank, and myself, thank you, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. And until December 1st, we'll catch you then. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.
Visit the HHWShow.com sportscast where you can find all the news, rumors, updates, and predictions from the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, All Four Downs, Join About the G-Men, and Keys to the City. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting and $50 a month for the full package. Visit CloverCrestMedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. On behalf of HHW crew, I am Ovi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.